3, 2, 1. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh boy, I have a lot of cleanup to do here. It's been a morning. Actually, no, I can't even say it. It's been a good day so far. So let's get this popped out, get the chat popped out and loaded in, and we'll get this shared around, and we'll actually get started in earnest. So first thing, pop out the chat. Let's copy that. Chat screen, bloop, properties, bloop. Okay. And all right, chat is live. Now let's get this shared around and start having a good time. Because I think we should have a good time, don't you? Boop, 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 boop. Post. All right, and posted. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And let's share this around. Okay. I'll share it around. So, good morning, and how is everyone doing today? Oh, we have a chat already. Nope. There we go. Good morning, Eileen. How are we doing today? It is a fantastic day. So, had some stuff get smashed by some little fingers. Well, actually, it was more the neighbor from the shop, but trying to make a little piece of jewelry using Sculpey, and he just grabbed it and started squishing on it. I was like, wow. You freaking jackass. So I've been doing a lot of jewelry this last week. Today we are doing great. Fantastic. Love to hear that. So yeah. Dude, I have stuff all over the place here. So let me clean up as we're talking. So what makes things so great for you this morning, Eileen? And today I'm going to be finishing up doing some jewelry in here. I hope you don't mind, because I have a craft fair coming up next week. I'm sure you guys don't mind me, doing working while we talk, because, well, I do it all the time anyways. Y'all still keep coming back for some reason. I got the axe done, or the hatchet done, and I took a little video of the heat treating process, the quenching process, and the tempering process, which went way better than I thought it was going to. I feel refreshed, and got a massage, or a message from a customer that said her husband, grandparents love the stovetop cover for their camper, and it fits. Isn't that great? That is like That's like the best feeling on earth, isn't it? Having a customer message you, they love it, everything works perfect. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the good stuff. That's what gets the that's what gets the dopamine running. Now, was that the one that you had to redo, or was this just a first running that you did a thing on? So many little pieces of string. So I'm not a fan of it for most of my more delicate projects. I really like this Ritza Tiger thread. Works really nice. It's very nice to work with. It looks nice. It lays nice and flat. But for bigger projects, sorry, it's hard to concentrate with him screaming like that. Plus, I'll be in the craft room doing earrings today, so having a chat here and my third cup of coffee, and then off to the craft room. Well, that is a great way to start your day. So, like I was saying, I really prefer the Ritza Tiger thread for a lot of stuff, but for bigger projects, I'm really starting to enjoy that this. It's not even labeled, but it's like a 0.6 or 0.8 wax thread. I got Hobby Lobby. It was like $5. Just a huge roll of it. So for larger projects where precision and the fineness isn't needed, stuff is pretty good. And it seems more akin. It's less like thread than artificial sinew. It's kind of that middle section between the two. So it's really interesting stuff. Very tenacious. So are you just doing the earrings as a stock piece, or are you tooling up for a fair? Like what's going on? It's funny, I have more things to do than I could shake a stick at. I can shake sticks pretty damn fast. Really what I need to do is get this built out over here. Stocking up for the craft fair in September. Nice. I have a craft fair in the end of this month. So it's gonna be a lot. But here's why I was talking about this as like things that don't require precision. So I don't shoot 45, but one way or another, I got a bunch of 45 shells. So I was thinking, take a bunch of these shells and then put a little hole through it, get it chamfered, because now I have the chamfering bit and stuff. Get the bit chamfered, and then bloop, little dollar necklace. I'll be using this this basically free cordage here. So I bought this just for doing that quiver for my nephew. So if I do this and I do a double slip knot on either side, work it back and forth a couple times, should be fine. And there's 30 necklaces there. And then here's the one that I'm proud of. I grabbed some coal, right, for my forge, and then I'll be making little necklaces out of it. Made little jump rings, some copper jump rings out of copper that we use in the shop. This is all shop equipment, shop done stuff. And again, some nice thread. And somewhere I have what you call it too. I have some leather lace that I can use as a necklace too. Maybe I'll do that for these, but these are definitely getting the right. I thought that was awesome. And here's the cool thing: any piece of coal that breaks while I'm drilling it, it's still coal for me to burn. So even if I break it, I only lost like 5 seconds of time. The coal is rather fragile though when you're drilling it. And then I went back with a ball bit on my Dremel and chamfered both sides. And then yeah, just made some copper jump rings and bloop, little necklace. I figure that's a great way to nice repurposing. Thank you. I figure that's a great way to bring the forge to people while keeping it cheap and affordable for them. So yeah, that's my thought. Is that the end? Nope. This thread is so hard to find the end on. I need a... You know? I don't know. So we finally got all the ACs hooked up in the house. These last couple days were absolutely horrible with the weather and the temperature and stuff. Just obscene. Where the devil is this? Ooh, the dress will be here sometime today, and I'm piecing together a headband jewelry for the headpiece for my elf outfit. Ooh, I cannot wait to see what that dress looks like on you. The picture you showed. All right, guys. So, anyone else who's watching, I don't know if anyone else is. Eileen here has the best dress setup combo. And it is just really nice. I really need to learn how to clean my paintbrushes when I'm done using them. Just one of the coolest like fantasy elf type combos you will ever see. So I cannot wait to see how that whole thing comes together. And a headpiece now too. Very nice. Very nice. So feels good to finally start getting, you know, projects out the door on a regular basis, and it seems like every couple weeks I'm getting something new, you know, kicked out the door and ready to go. So things are building up momentum so well, and I love it. It is like the best. But one thing that's really cool to me is how much just stuff people want to give me. Even if it's not useful stuff, everyone is always like, hey, do you need this? Hey, do you need this? Hey, do you need this? Which is just cool. Let's see. Rich is going to talk to the owners, and I might be helping with decor for the themed dinner, and maybe, cross my fingers, beer mugs with etched design on them for the other guests. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. Good for you. I hope you get that. That would be so cool. That would be really, really cool. And if that turns out well, I might want a beer mug from you. All right, so this is gonna bug me until no end until I can find the edge of this thing. This is almost as bad as there we go, cellophane tape. Found the edge. How much should I use for a necklace? I think like 20 inches. So I use 30 inches on that. Eileen, Lord of the Rings themed dinner with a custom glass to take with them after dinner. Very cool. I'll be doing a prototype to show them what I can do and try and sell them on it. First off, if you make the prototype, it's already going to be head and shoulders better than whatever they can get on Amazon. I've seen your work. I'm familiar with your work. I love your work. Yeah. And one necklace. Now, I do barrel knots. Stuff is a little thick, or a little overzealous on trying to do the knot here. 1, 2, 3, and tuck you, and that didn't work. Yeah, I do opposing barrel knots so they can slide, and when you cinch, so you can slide the loop and slide them apart, and it makes the necklace longer. You slide them together, it makes it shorter. You slide them together, it makes it longer. For some reason, it's just not working. I don't know why. Well, I can just tie two opposing knots of any type, I guess, and it would still slide. I like doing the barrel knots though, but you know what? If it's not going to work, then it's not going to work. Wrap once this way, wrap once this way. We'll feed through both those loops. And that worked. We'll do the same on this side. Wrap once over. Once under. There we go. Little necklace. That was 30 inches of string. That feels about right. Especially for like a bullet necklace. So if you're going somewhere, you can just pop it under your shirt. Very nice. Kind of think I want to find the leather cordage though for for the coal necklaces. Just thinking that'll be a good way to kind of just round everything out. You know? I feel like that deserves a nicer presentation. Just my own two cents. So, yeah, well, oh, thank you. So, Halo just dropped, or Halo Season 2 just dropped, rather. And there's this new brute AI that kind of made his debut. And I want to make it out of sheet metal. Nope. And it's this guy. Cool thing is, everything is rather simple flat shapes. It's all very simple polygons. There's no complex curves or anything. Everything is straight lines, right? So what I'm thinking is if I can finagle it in a way that I can get, like a raffle going or something, just to cover expenses, basically. Maybe in just off my cuff, I'm thinking something maybe about this wide, maybe because he looks a little taller than wider, so maybe about 1.5 feet wide by 2.5 feet tall, and something like with a wall mount or something. So you can put them on the wall, or you can pull them out and like have them facing different things or whatever. So my thought is get that together with a raffle to pay for it and the materials, and I'll do a video on them, a video on building them, and I'll find some way to stain the metal or paint it or whatever. I don't want to stain the metal or paint it. Well, staining the metal wouldn't be so bad, but I want to do something interesting with it. So I still get that, somehow I still get that two-toned color. Maybe black and steel and brass. I don't know. Good morning, Alan. How are we doing today? But I think it would be a very fun and simple project. Something that's really cool and unique, because I haven't seen anyone do anything like that yet. So I think it would be fun to do. So, just my thought. So, if I need to find some way to get a raffle together, that's, to do a raffle, so I can make sure I'm covered at least, and do this piece of art and send it off into the world. So, good morning, Alan. How are we doing today, buddy? And there's another necklace. Bloop. There's two. So yeah, doing the fun stuff. But yeah, so I think that'd be really good. And I'm thinking I want to do a raffle for my power hammer too. I'm thinking for that, do like because I need to raise like $300 to do the power hammer, maybe $400 to do the power hammer. Just for parts and materials. And then whoever wins the raffle will get the first knife I make off of it. That'd be a long video. That would be a long process. It'll probably be like a 3-week build, 2 or 3 week build of me just going in there and just doing just that every day by myself. I'm thinking 2 weeks. Probably take me 2 weeks to build it. Because people with classes and stuff build it with in 1 week. So I think I should be able to do it within a week. Especially if I'm the one designing it. You know, based off different YouTube videos. I should be able to do it within a week, I think. So, Alan, any new projects you've been working on? Ooh, and I don't know if I told you guys, but I switched over to coal recently. And oh my god. I got coal, and I retrofitted my forge to accept the hand crank bellows for when I'm doing smaller things and heat's not critical. Or, yeah, smaller things or heat's not critical. And then I also have a blower motor now attached to it, so I can switch between the two. And when I crank up that blower motor, I pack some bricks around it, and I really throw some really, you know, big amount of coal on there. Oh my god, the heat that thing generates is ungodly. I don't have anything that can measure how hot it is, but it burns leaf springs that have been distorted and upset to maybe 1 inch by 2 inches. It gets that from cold, like, you know, touchable by your naked hand, to melting in about 2.5 minutes. So just hot, incredibly hot. So much better than charcoal. So I took a video of heat treating. I got an oil mix together based on your recommendations, Alan. And I did a heat treat on the little knife I reworked for the shop. So I reworked that blade. I didn't take pictures of it. I put a scroll on the end. I clicked up I cleaned up the handle, put a twist, flattened the twist, and then I flattened the blade out some more, and it got more of a, you know, it's more of a buck skinner at this point. But I clipped the top of it flat, and so now I have a skinning knife, and then I also have a detail or chip carving knife on the backside. Very good. So I did that, and I did the hatchet, and I took, based on your recommendation, I took boiled linseed oil and mineral oil, mixed them together into basically a coffee cup, set that on the thing. I didn't have enough volume, so I kind of propped it up on the side. I threw a railroad spike in the forge to heat up to like a red, and I tossed that in the oil to preheat it. And then I got to work on, I did the knife first, and then I did the hatchet second. And I did the whole thermal mass trick of, instead of quenching the whole thing, I just quenched maybe the first little bit of it, like the edges, and just let the thermal mass back temper. And worked out really well. Like, I'd never done a tempering like that before. Usually I have to either go back and for my knives, I would always have to go back and blue back them. which isn't bad, but it's a bit of a pain having to, you know, pop out the torch, you know, get everything cool, sand it, you know, clean it all up, and then grab the torch and go back and do that. But this time I just kind of, I mean, it was a little hairy for me, just because I was like, it's gonna ruin everything. But with the knife and the hatchet, there were no tings, no pings, no nothing. Came out super hard. You know, file skated right across it beautifully. And then so everything just kind of worked out, and I got it all on video. Derek was the videographer for that, which was fun because it was his first time doing that too, and he was just like, oh my god. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And if I have any luck, I might be getting a rather interesting contract down in Lancaster. Basically just doing freeform arts and helping to repair a old historical building, which is like right up my alley. Like architecturally, design wise, like, you know, making chandeliers for them and all sorts of stuff. Let's see, will you do a meet and greet with Derek for the fans to get to know the staff? Yes, I will. We've just kind of been just trying to crank stuff out this last month and a half. And so we haven't really been doing any videos or anything. Just doing odd jobs, trying to get stuff done for the church, trying to get stuff done for just everything. Just boom, 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 boom. So now that things are starting we're starting to get into a good pace now, it would be good to introduce, you know, doing videos in there. So, yeah, that'll be the next thing that I do, is getting him involved with the video stuff. That was like the first round of it, basically. But he's going to be on, you know, he's going to be doing the philosophy stuff, manliness stuff with me, as well as the building stuff. So we're going to be getting all that stuff together soon-ish. Ooh, I'm also working on a bunch of copper bracelets. So, you know, we're just doing a lot of really cool stuff. And it's all like, we're building up to like a critical mass where I'm going to start, you know, routinely adding more and more and more to our repertoire, especially as we're starting to get like a stock of, you know, items built up and built out. It's just one of those things that is these last 2 years have been very hard and very slow going. Just getting this new shop up, taking the next step, the next step, the next step. It's been a fight. But now that this is the full-time job and, you know, all this stuff is starting to come together, it's time to start, you know, well, basically stoking a fire. If you keep it small, it'll always stay small. So you need to keep throwing fuel on there, keep just injecting it just to get it bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's where we're at, which is so cool. And to me, the coolest thing is like, now this is just an aside for me, kind of, but the hatchet, because it combines all three things that I love doing and turns it into a practical, useful tool for, you know, chopping wood and cleaning up trees and even making other tools. Hatchet is really nice and fast to just quickly rough something out. I think it should be in every carpenter's toolbox. But yes, hatchet. So it combined blacksmithing, woodworking, and leatherworking. So because I needed a sheath for the front, because it is sharp. It's not razor sharp. An axe shouldn't be razor sharp, but it is sharp enough to cut you if you mishandle it. And the ends are very pointy. I like the pointy ends. I know it's a little impractical to have pointy ends. But I wasn't going for full practicality. So it's just like, oh my god, it's finally coming all together. Oh my god, I don't want to say it too loud in case I scare whatever it is that's making this happen. But it's finally coming together. But yeah, it's so cool. I get to hang out with one of my best friends all day, doing the shit that I love. And little Chris, the 10-year-old boy who started all this, is like freaking out a little bit, a lot of it. So I have a new mug. We're springy. Little man has broken all of my mugs. All of my mugs. Except for the one that I have at the shop that is hidden. Because that was my first mug that I got at my first Renaissance fair. So that is in hiding right now. So the wife, she went down to a nurse's march down in DC last week. Like 2 days after he broke my last mug. And she saw this road sign, like, do you need handmade mugs? She's like, well, actually, yes, I do. So she went down this dirty, dusty road in the middle of like Virginia or something, and found this little farmhouse, and like a 15-year-old boy walks out, and you need to hear the story from her because it's kind of ridiculous but kind of really awesome at the same time. And the whole thing breaks down to is there's this really awesome family. They make, you know, pottery and mugs and stuff, but they also do like 30 other things that are all like, what, why, how? Basically kind of like me, but it's a whole family of them in the middle of nowhere, which is even cooler. And yeah, so she bought a bunch of mugs. Pottery is always something I have found interesting and fascinating. It's just, it's like stained glass. I love stained glass. Making it looks really cool and awesome and therapeutic. It's just, I already have my fingers in so many pies that, like, I do the beard balm, and the blacksmithing, leatherworking, woodworking, casting, sculpting, sketching, drawing, yard work, and a myriad of other things, video editing and camping, and if I add any more, I am going to lose my mind. I might add a few more in the future. But it's one of those things that I've always been fascinated with, but I've just never been able to do. So to finally bite the bullet and get my hands on. So I always love getting you should check out yes, I am a member for Facebook group, and I was thinking about purchasing from her actually right before Michaela walked in with these, and I might just buy one off her just because anyways, because I love supporting local artists. Here's the thing, even if she's not local, I love supporting artists. I love supporting people who are the ones who make the thing. I don't want to support Amazon. They get enough of my money as is. They don't need any more. And they only get that money because a lot of people around me don't do the stuff that, a lot of the stores and stuff don't carry or produce what I need to do my craft. Which is a shame, really. Because I would much rather support some mom and pop shop. This is kind of therapeutic doing these necklaces while I'm talking with you guys. This is nice. This is fun. What you call it? Yeah. So I'm doing these necklaces. I'm doing the cold necklaces. I'm doing bracelets. Some copper bracelets I'm gonna have. And it's at the Wilkes-Barre Township Fire Hall. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm doing Friday and Saturday. I don't think I have it in me to do all 3 days. But I think I'm gonna bring cutting boards and charcuterie boards and a couple face grain cutting boards, a couple in grain cutting boards, a couple charcuterie boards, some wands. So if you guys can make it, come on out. It'd be fun. It'd be good for you. It'd be good for the soul. I'm gonna try and find instead of buying my lumber from Home Depot, I'm gonna try and find a local sawmill. Ooh. And I got some Japanese maple sitting upstairs in my attic. 2, 3. That I got from actually doing some yard work at the church, at the sanctuary. And it is, got some really nice pieces that I was actually able to, since I had the hatchet, I could clean all the wood and I melted all the wax and waxed all the ends and all the end grain. So it's gonna have to sit up in that attic for like 2 years. But 2 years, I have some local Japanese maple from a 200-year-old church. How cool is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let me hold it. 1, 2, 3. So I found out what the problem was. I was doing the barrel knots backwards. That's why they weren't working. It's been a couple years. Barrel knots are also very good for doing, if you have accessory cord for rock climbing. You can actually make a very nice Prussian knot. If you have, so you take a length of accessory cord, tie 2 opposing barrel knots on it, so it's now a stable circle. You take that and you wrap it around. You wrap it through itself, basically, 3 or 4 times, and then you hook that off to your carabiner if you're the safety man, for you're the belay guy for someone who's rock climbing. And if that knot slips, or if that rope slips out of your hands, the tension on that knot that you made, that Prusik knot, will grab the rope and completely arrest all motion. So it's a very, very useful thing to know if you're ever going to be doing any sort of work like that. But even for just lowering things down, it's a very very, very good knot to know. And remember, kids, a knot not neat is a knot not needed. Handmade mugs, I think, are just awesome. Bloop. So what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those already done. Beautiful. So, yeah. I think things are going to be really interesting this year. I'm going to do that Aratu Sky as a giveaway. I'm going to do the power hammer and get that done and ready and out the door. I'm also thinking about fixing my couch today. I'm going to see about going up to Joann Fabrics and getting some thicker foam and kind of rejuvenating the couch, because it is, well, with a 2-year-old hopping on it for a couple of years. The couch is only 2.5, it's about 3 years old. It is well past its prime, or at least the cushions are. So need to fix that at some point. So I think that's half of where my back problems are coming from. The other half is my legs are just way too tight, and I need to stretch a lot. I need to stretch often. And I finally did a test on the some safety things I've done. Basically emergency fire starters. Which are simple, and they're a great way to burn up scrap, but I had never actually tested them before. And I found a few, and Derek was just like, well, why not? We have all this stuff right here. He's right. He usually is. So I threw one in the forge. I cleaned the forge out, threw one in there, grabbed a bundle of sticks, tossed it on top, and just with a match, lit the fuse, and walked away. And within 2 minutes, the whole thing had burnt up, and all of the wood was nice and on fire. So they work fantastically. But since I had never tested them, I didn't feel confident selling them. And that's usually how I feel about all my stuff. If I don't test it, I don't feel confident with it. Because if I wouldn't rely on the equipment that I'm putting out there in the world, I cannot expect anyone else to. Whether that's a knife, a fire starter, really anything. If I wouldn't trust it, how can I expect you to pay for it and trust it? So I think I'm going to do 2 more necklaces. Call this a day. I need to look up the legalities of doing stuff like that for the raffles, basically. Because that sort of thing is can be very sketchy. If it's not done the right way, legally very sketchy. The last thing I want to do is to get in hot water with like the IRS or something. You know what I'm saying? One, two, three. that vein, I need to see if I can make some herb choppers this week. Just to see if I can get a couple of those ready for the craft fair as well. And 10. So 1, 2, 3. That's one side, and then 1, 2, 3. All right. So there's 10 bullet necklaces, all done and ready. There is all of the whatchamajickets already up and done. There is the live stream hour. And now it is time for me to go get some food. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like what I do, if you like to see things progress and expand bigger and faster than they are now, or if you just like to support me, go over to patreon.com/Knightsmith. Even $1 a month helps. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. And thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time. Y'all take care.